Hello GTS, my name is Anthony, YouTube name, TheFlawlessWin, and I'm a small PokeTuber with a fan base of about 100 subscribers. So, if you guys like this narration and everything, feel free to check out my channel and subscribe if you want to. So, I have a UU match today with a team I made consisting of a stall-breaking Crobat, Choice Specs Raikou, Pursuit Trapping Houndoom, Physically Defensive Suicune with Rest and Sleep Talk, Swords Dancing Virizion, and a Rapid Spin / Stealth Rocking Claydol. So, that's my team. Looking at my opponent's team, I see a Flygon and a Victini. And 95% of the time, Flygons are Choice Scarfed, so I automatically think that thing is Choice Scarfed before the battle even starts, which means his Victini is most likely Choice Banded. And let me tell you this, Choice Banded Victini's V-Create packs a huge punch. It is so powerful. Even things that resist it don't like switching into it because, I don't know, it's just so strong. But, yeah, I do have a Suicune and a Houndoom to take those, but he also has Bolt Strike, most likely, and neither of those want to switch into a Choice Banded Bolt Strike, so yeah, I think Choice Banded Bolt Strike is even a one-hit KO on Houndoom because Houndoom is pretty frail, especially on the physical side, but yeah, I mean, I have Raikou, Virizion, and Claydol to take the Bolt Strikes, and then I have Houndoom and Suicune to take the V-Creates and the Zen Headbutts, so if I can play my cards right, I can play around that thing. It's just, it's a pretty big threat, so yeah. Nothing else on his team really looks that threatening, so let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Crobat, which is pretty much my standard lead. I just like to lead off with it and taunt opposing leads as they try to set up Stealth Rocks or something. And he leads off with his Frostlass. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the taunt right away because he'd probably want to set up spikes. And I really don't care if he predicts that and goes for the Ice Beam because I do have some HP investment on this thing, and Frostlass isn't exactly a powerhouse, so I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out second turn, and he stays in, which tells me he's just going to go for the Ice Beam, and I'm going to go ahead and go out into my Houndoom, and I resist both his stabs. Both my stabs are super effective, and he's taunted, so I figure he's definitely going to switch out here, and I can just go ahead and go for the Pursuit and knock that thing out on turn 3, which is really nice because he can't set up any spikes now, and he also cannot spin block me at all, which is really nice. And that really annoying Frostlass is out of the way, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and switch out into my Crobat as he brings in a Flygon, not wanting to take an Earthquake or anything. Plus, I figured he might want to go for the U-turn, knowing I would switch out, and I could take that because I have the Quad Resistance going on. So yeah, he does end up U-turning out, but he U-turns out into his Gligar, which is kind of a weird play considering I've already showed him the taunt, and Gligar really can't do anything to Crobat at all, so I don't know, maybe he just had a dirt moment. I certainly have those myself. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and U-turn out here, and I figure since he stayed in, he's probably just going to want to go ahead and U-turn himself to get the switch advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and go out into my Raikou, but he does predict the U-turn. It's just he goes for the Earthquake, which I guess is a decent play. I guess I shouldn't have gone into my Raikou on that, but anyways, I live the Earthquake, and I figure the HP Ice is way too obvious here, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch as he switches out into his Victini. And yeah, I get a pretty nice chunk off on that thing. That is really nice damage considering Volt Switch doesn't really have a high base power, but I'm going to go ahead and go out into my Houndoom, and I figure he's faster than me, and I went for the Pursuit last time, so he's probably just going to try to attack me here. So I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch, and I knock that thing out without it even having one chance to get a hit off, which is really nice. That huge threat is out of the way, but in comes the Flygon, and I figure he'd just go for the U-turn here, knowing I'd switch out again. So I was just going to go for the Pursuit to make it look cool, you know, pursuing a U-turning Flygon. But he does predict the switch, it's just he goes for the Outrage, so he's able to knock out my Houndoom. I really don't care. I know he's locked into it now, and I can just go out into my Suicune. Unfortunately, I don't carry the Ice Beam, but I do carry the Scald, which can probably burn this thing. But that Outrage does way too much, especially to a max HP, max defense Suicune, so I automatically know this thing is Choice Banded, not Choice Scarfed. So that actually means his Victini was probably Choice Scarfed, which probably means it wasn't that much of a threat, but yeah, I'm just going to keep spamming Scald, trying to get a burn on that thing as he switches in his Umbreon, probably trying to synchronize me a burn, but I really don't care if he would have been able to do that because I do have the rest. So, Umbreon is the perfect setup fodder for Virizion, and he actually goes for the foul play, which makes it even better because I get the justified boost, which means I really don't have to set up a Swords Dance here. But I figure he'd either switch out into his Gligar or Scout to see what I go for with the Protect, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Swords Dance, and now I'm at +3 attack, which is just great. I'm at +3, I outspeed everything he has left on his team, so this is looking like a Virizion sweep in the making, and I'm just going to go ahead and knock this thing out with the Leaf Blade. I do get a critical hit, and I'm pretty sure that didn't matter because I'm Life Orbed, max attack, +3, and I mean, Umbreon has some pretty nice special bulk, but it's not as good on the physical side. So, in comes the Gligar. I figure he really can't touch me anymore, so I'm figuring it's GG at this point, but he actually goes for the Toxic, and he lives that Leaf Blade with a reasonable amount of health. I mean, that's not that much damage, considering it's a +3 hit from a Life Orb Virizion. I mean, damn, Gligar is so bulky. But yeah, he does live, and he gets off the Toxic, which means this Toxic damage and the Life Orb damage is going to rack up pretty quickly, which means my Virizion sweep is going to be cut short as I knock out this Blastoise. But that's fine, I took out 3 of his Pokemon, which is pretty nice. I mean, Virizion is a really nice Pokemon to have. It's got a nice typing, it's got that amazing special defense, and it has that really good ability, Justified. And it can just switch in to a Dark-type move, get that Justified boost, and not even have to set up a Swords Dance, which is really nice. But unfortunately, I died to the Life Orb and Toxic upon killing that Blastoise. So, I know his last Pokemon is his Flygon, and since he is banded, I know I can outspeed with my Choice Specs Raikou. Just go for the Hidden Power Ice. That critical hit did not matter one tiny bit, and that will be the game. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed this narration and you just like that battle, go ahead and feel free to check out my channel. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.